a business coach, and I focus specifically on, well, two different things. I focus on helping women to discover a really deep-rooted purpose behind the business that they want to start. And also I focus on the business technology. So that would be like the email client that you use, like MailChimp or something like that, the landing pages, even a little bit of websites, although websites aren't my forte, but I can definitely help with that, as well as just putting together a community for you and your clients, and just creating a positive space to interact and to learn and to teach. So that's what I focus on. Jolene, yes, it is the perfect year to support small business. It's always been great to support small business, but not only is it so important this year, because now, and I don't know the statistics here, I probably should have looked that up before I say what I'm about to say, but from what I've seen online in the past few months, I think that this is a time when especially women have really been just taking control, right? A lot of the things that, maybe we did in the past, whether we worked out of the home and we can't anymore, or maybe we're realizing we didn't like being out of the home so much now that we're home more, whether it's to spend time with our kids or our husband or both, or even just our pets, like just being home and getting to spend time in the environment that you have chosen for yourself. I think that's something that's going to be really hard to let go of when things start to open back up. And so I think a lot of women especially have really started to jump into all of the maybe the side hustle ideas that they've been thinking about, but just didn't have enough time, or we're just a little too insecure maybe or not confident enough to jump into. And now it's like, we have all this time, we might as well, right? And so that's what we're doing. And I think what that does is it creates not only this amazing marketplace that we have here in this group that you can shop from and support these women this year, but also for me as a business coach and a business tech coach, there are a lot of new people in this environment, new entrepreneurs, and I really want to support them. I want to help them to discover, a business that means more to them than just an income and a paycheck, something that they can really make a difference and an impact in the world around them in connection with something that means something to them, that really matters to them. And in addition to that, it's, something that the technology side of it is something that a lot of us just, it's just not natural. It's not something that we know when we jump into this entrepreneur world. And I had the same experience. So my first business was started as a side hustle. It was a little over 15 years ago. Yes, I know I'm dating myself a little bit, but that's okay. And, it was back when the online business, online coaching world was still pretty new. And I had to kind of research and teach myself a lot of the technology that I needed at that time, because there weren't a ton of resources like there are now, where people will teach you, and YouTube videos where you can learn how to do things. That stuff didn't really exist back then, or maybe it did, but it was pretty small. And I realized very early on that my clients at the time, I was an audition coach teaching singers, and I still do that. But they didn't care that I was a small business. They still wanted to feel that personal touch in every communication, and they wanted to feel like I was approachable and, continuing to reach out to them all the time. And realistically, I was one person. I couldn't do that, manually. I couldn't do that manually all the time. So I really needed to learn some of the systems to automate those processes, but at the same time, not make any of my clients or potential clients feel like they were just a number, right? So that's where I learned all of those systems. I've been using MailChimp since forever, although I don't anymore. We can talk about that later. Actually, you can read the blog post I posted earlier and you'll see why. But yeah, so I had to learn all of those things, and scheduling tools and websites and all of that. So one of the things that I love doing most is empowering female entrepreneurs to do the same. I know that you can hire someone to create your website and to set up all those things for you. And I'm totally good with outsourcing those things along the, down the line when you have the money and and you're so busy with clients, right, that you don't have time to do it. But I never want someone to be outsourcing because they don't know how to do it or because they're intimidated by it. It's not nearly as complicated or difficult as you think. You just need to take the time to learn how to do it properly. And that's where I come in. So